What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wealth Over Fame, where the hustle meets the grind and the playbook isn't just on the court. I'm your host, Whitney, the real estate game changer. And if you're ready for your VIP pass to the world of sports and real estate, let's get it. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Wealth Over Fame. You're here with yours truly, Whitney, the real estate game changer. And today's episode is I'm solo. So you're gonna get to know me a little bit. You're gonna get to know about the journey, and we always gonna talk about financial literacy and real estate. So I have Joel here today with me. He will be asking me a few questions so you guys can tune in and dive deep into my journey and where I've been through.
So where did your journey start?
I am originally from Cleveland, Ohio. East Cleveland, Ohio to be exact. So yeah, that's where I'm from. Went to Shaw High School. Graduated from Shaw High School in 2016, and then I took myself to Kansas to play ball on a full scholarship. So yeah, that's my start.
Have you always been a baller, or?
So I've literally been playing basketball since the 4th grade, and the crazy thing about it is, I didn't even know I wanted to play basketball. It's crazy because my high school coach, I was in elementary. My high school coach saw me in the 4th grade and said, this is what you're going to do. You're going to play 4th through 6th because I wasn't supposed to play because I had height on me. They let me play in the 4th grade because it was only for 5th and 6th graders. She said, you're going to go to Kirk Middle School. You're going to play here. Then you're going to come to Shaw and you're going to play here. And that's how it went. So in 4th grade, she spoke that like, this is what you about to do. So from 4th grade on up, I played basketball year round, summertime, during school. It didn't matter. I was always in the gym. I became what they call like a gym rat. Like I used to cry if I could not get to the gym, like throwing tantrums. Like I got to get to the gym. Any open gym, I'm there. I'm pulling up because it's time to get buckets, baby. So that's how I went. And she coached me in high school. Unfortunately, due to health reasons, my junior year, she couldn't coach me no more, but I did get another amazing coach, Coach Duncan. And to be honest, growing up, I wasn't the kid that did right. I didn't come to school on time. I didn't do work when it was supposed to be turned in. I was not the studious student. When I got Coach Duncan was the first coach to tell me, either you're going to do the work or you're not going to play. And I was like, damn. Like, I got to go to class. like, I got to go to class. So, now, I know they don't really allow, like, coaches to do what Coach Duncan did for me, but what she did for me was beyond amazing. So, like, technically, she is a big part of why I'm here and why I'm able to talk to y'all today. So like Coach Duncan, I come from a single family household. My mom worked in the medical field, so she's up at work early in the morning. She's at work late at night, and then when she is home, she's tired. So Coach Duncan knew if she didn't come get me to go to school, I was gonna be late. So at 6 a.m., she would come get me. I would be at the gym at 6:30 before class. I would have practice before class, go to class, come to practice at 3:30. When we got out of practice at 6, she did not let me go home. I would get in her car. She would take me to like Denny's, Starbucks, or something like that to make sure my homework got done. Because she knew once I was out of her sight, it was not getting done. So she really helped me get through high school because otherwise I would have been like, all right, well, whatever. But she was the first coach to tell me, like, either you're going to do the work or you ain't. And I thank her so much, like, for real, because, like, when it was time for me to get recruited, college hadn't even entered my mind. I didn't care about going to school. Again, like I told y'all, I really wasn't studious. But she paid out her pocket to go on every recruiter trip, whether it was, I'm in Ohio, so if we was going to Kansas, she paid for her flight. The schools paid for me to come, but she paid for herself. So every time I went to go get recruited, whether it was Arkansas, Texas, Kansas. It don't matter. She got on that plane with me to make sure that wasn't nobody misusing me. So again, shout out to Coach Duncan. I really do appreciate you.
That's crazy. So you weren't studious?
No.
Wow. How does that play into your real estate? Because me knowing you, you're very professional, very
Right.
studious. It seems that you're very studious in the past and whatnot. So
It's called growth. I really wasn't I really wasn't studious in college. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some studious athletes. I just wasn't one of them. I didn't really try hard. So coming into high school, we had the standardized test. It was called the proficiency test. So it's not that I didn't have the brains. I just didn't try. So I wanted to be outside. I wanted to cut class. I wanted to do what everything else was around me. I was becoming a product of my environment. But I had good people in my corner, so I didn't become a product of my environment. They helped me push through graduating high school. And I had promised my mom I was going to graduate high school. So they helped me get that goal accomplished. But once I got to college, I graduated college, average student, I think 3.2 GPA. It's not that I can't do the work. It's just I always thought I had something better to do. So, but yeah, now I'm very studious. I believe education is key. Knowledge is power. And I believe you should be versed in the things that you know. You can't just know everything about one subject. So I make sure that I'm versatile in my knowledge and the things that I know. That way I am more vital to people. I have a bigger purpose. And I can have a conversation with almost anybody. So being knowledgeable about multiple things, it helps me in real estate actually be able to network and talk to people because I can meet you where you are. Whether you're that athlete who ain't studious, who don't want to go to class, but you're a hell of an athlete, I can meet you where you are because we all got growth. We grow every day. We never wake up the same person we were yesterday. So, yeah.
So during that college transition from, hey, I'm leaving college to go out to the real world, what was that final growth? What was that journey that brought you to who you are today?
Well, that transition, so it really wasn't, I was still immature. Let's put it like that. So I graduated college. I got my first job. I was at a call center, killing it. I worked for AT&T. I thought I was doing things. I'm like, all right, well, they just gonna promote me because this is easy work. But then I was like, this ain't what I'm supposed to be doing. So sitting on the phone, listening to people yell at me about their phone bill wasn't what I was supposed to be doing, no matter how many internet and cable packages I was able to sell, that ain't where I was supposed to be at. So I transitioned. I did a couple of other little jobs. I worked for the state of Texas eventually. That was okay. But I knew I wasn't supposed to be there neither. I get bored. And I think that's why real estate or entrepreneurship is best for me because in corporate America, I just got bored. And in corporate America, they tell you when to move. And if you keep me here, I'm good as out the door. I'll quit a job in a minute. I just can't. Because once I'm ready to grow and once I'm ready to move on, can't no supervisor, can't no manager, can't no CEO tell me, oh, no, you got to stay in this position. Oh, this is where we want you at. Well, this ain't where I want to be at. So corporate America, I do appreciate everything I learned from working in corporate America. The last, what we call a 9 to 5, the last 9 to 5 I had was very impactful on my life. It was right before the pandemic. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about project management. I learned a lot about delegation. I learned a lot about quality. I just learned a lot. It was one of the top pharmaceutical companies in United States. So,
were you doing sales?
No, I was in quality, but I did beyond my job. And that's another reason why I would never work corporate America because I don't know how to give you under 110. So if I work, I work. But it'll go unappreciated and underpaid. So that's another reason why I couldn't do corporate America. But an entrepreneur, we work for free half the time. We work for free, so, but I enjoy what I do. I love service. I love, I love helping people. If it's any way I can help you, I'll do it, because what I do know in life, if it ain't killing you, why not? So if somebody needs something and it ain't gonna kill me, it ain't gonna jeopardize me, I don't got no problem helping you. So, yeah, I'm just a helper type of person.
You could help anybody when it comes to real estate. What makes you focus on the college athlete?
When I was in college, like I said prior to, when I was in college, I literally used to flip cars in school. So, like, if you think about it, flipping cars and flipping houses ain't too far from each other. But I've always had this hustle mentality. I'm an athlete, so it's embedded in me to be a hustler, to hustle and to get the job done. That's what we did. That's what I've done all my life. Wake up to get the job done. Whatever the practice is, whatever the preparation is, we wake up to get the job done. So that's why I focus on college athletes, because I've been there. I've walked your shoes. I know if I knew what I know now, my transition from college to what we call the real world would have been completely different, because you think about it, if I was able to flip cars in college until, somebody told me I had to stop, but if I was able to flip cars, if I knew how to house hack and flip houses then, we're talking about my financial cushion from transitioning from the collegiate athlete, from waking up at 4:30 in the morning, practice again. And we did this day in, day out on the road. So I understand their busy schedule. I understand the stress it comes for game day. I understand the whole dynamic of what they're going through. But with NIL now, they got this newfound wealth. And I want you to continue to focus on what you're doing on the court, whether it's the court, the field, or whatever it is. I want you to continue focusing on that and let me handle the backside when we invested in real estate. So, because everybody don't make it to the league, and everybody, not going, after their college career, it might not work out. We gonna be honest about it. We got injury. We got people coming up with, they get in trouble. You got a whole bunch of things. You could say the wrong thing in today's society and you cancel. So let's say a college athlete who got an NIL deal get emotional after a game and they say the wrong thing. Now they lose endorsements and sponsorships, and now all their money gone. But if you take that money and you invest it in something tangible like real estate, you have something to fall back on. So that's why I focus on collegiate athletes so much, because if it was someone like me when I was playing, I would have been all ears.
What are some opportunities specifically only for these athletes that they could capitalize on?
Repeat that a little bit.
What investment opportunities do these athletes have that they should be capitalizing on?
The NIL athletes have a unique opportunity. They have more opportunity than the average college student, the average person. Because when you got an NIL, they have access to different type of finances. They have more capital to invest with. So their opportunities are almost limitless if they do it right. If they play their hand right, instead of producing millionaires, we could be producing billionaires. That's a big difference. So let's learn how to, all right, we got the bag. We got the deal. We got the NIL deal. We got the sponsorship, the endorsements, Adidas, Nike, Under Armour, whomever it might be. We got the deal, so let's grow it, maintain it, sustain it. Because how many times we done watched an athlete or an entertainer? It could be anybody, make $1 million, make 6 figures, 7 figures. And then you see him 5 years later and it's like, I'm broke. I believe if you ever make $1 million, you should never be able to say you broke. Because in today's society, we got too many resources. I'm just trying to be another resource, especially for the college kids. I want y'all to see somebody who look like y'all, who done what y'all done, and who wasn't the teacher's favorite, come out on top. That's it. Because I had those people in my corner to help me get out of my own way. I'm just trying to help somebody else get out theirs. That's it.
Where should athletes start so they can integrate this in their overall strategy?
By calling me. That's your first move. Call me. Get with me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, email, by text message. I don't care how you reach me. But that's your first step, is to get in contact with me. I go through this process with you, whether it's investing, whether it's buying your first home, whether it's buying your mama home, which I don't really. It's cool to buy your mom her house, your parents their house or whatever, but don't go buy mom that 5-6 bedroom mansion. You made it, but you ain't made it yet. So let's keep things simple at the beginning. That's all I've said for the beginning. But the first step is to give me a call or, reach out to me. But if you want to implement it, again, that's like, we can start with something like simple as like a RITS, like online real estate investment. It's real estate investment trust. That's what it is. You put a little money in there. That's online. That's the internet. So it ain't like you got to go to the property. It ain't like you got to maintain the property. So that's something that you could really start off with to see how you like invested in real estate.
Why is financial education crucial for college athletes? I would say go in the direction of, if you don't have financial literacy or financial education, this is how people are going to take advantage of you.
Not only take advantage of you, but you worked all, you've put in all this sweat and all this energy into achieving something for you not to know how to utilize or count your finances. So if I got a college athlete, not even a college athlete, we talking about pro athletes. We can say you a pro athlete, you got a financial advisor, you solely depend on that person to count your money. You solely depend on that person to tell you what to do with your money. My thing is, we need to start taking the time out so that athlete knows exactly what this financial advisor is doing. So when that financial advisor tells you, hey, you should invest in this, you should be able to look at it and be able to like, oh, no good. I don't like the numbers, nothing like that. Or let's see, you cut a deal, right? This happened. I'm talking to the guy's an insurance agent, but he works with NIL athletes as well. They cut a check to an NIL college athlete for $30,000. He called the next day and said he needed $20 for lunch. Where did your money go? His response, I don't know. I don't know. That's because you're depending on somebody else. Like, that is mind-boggling to me that if I make the money, why am I allowing somebody else to count it, invest it, and to monitor it? Like, an NFL player, he needed $15,000. He wanted to do something real quick. They got the bread, $15,000, like $1,500 to them. So he needed $15,000, but his financial advisor is out of the country. He can't access his $15,000 because his financial advisor out of the country. That's because we not taking the time out to educate ourselves on how to grow, maintain, sustain this newfound wealth that NIL college athletes have.
Let's see. What advice do you have for college athletes who are just starting to explore NIL opportunities?
College athletes who are starting to explore NIL opportunities, be careful. Be careful who you get in bed with, basically. You can't do business with everybody. You got to make sure your morals and your standards align with that company. So be careful who you get in bed with, and make sure you just don't have your lawyers read it. You just don't have your mom and dad read it. You read all your contracts. If you got any questions, you make sure you ask them. And if you don't understand the answer, ask again. Because we get in these deals, and then when things happen, it's like, I don't understand, but our signature on it. So I want you to read your contract. I want you to know exactly who you getting it and who you getting in bed with business. Because if y'all don't align, things can go left real fast, and we hate to see that happen. Again, we hate to see people blow the bag. That's what we're trying to stop from happening. We're trying to stop people from blowing the bag and winding up back in their mama house.
As a realtor who was once a college athlete yourself, how do you feel about the recent changes allowing college athletes to earn money through NIL deals?
To be honest, I am thrilled for these college athletes because I think it should have been happening. Like I told you earlier, I flip cars just to try to make some money in college because everybody don't have the parents or the support system where we can just call home and say, hey, I need some food money, I need gas money, I need some clothes money, whatever it is. So I think it's amazing because their name is on the back of their jersey. People are paying for them to come see them when they pay to enter that stadium. So I do think it's amazing that they are able to get some type of payment without losing their eligibility, because back in the day, that's how it was for us. If we received any gift, payment, or any type of sort, we would lose our eligibility and would not be able to play NCAA rules. So I think it's an amazing thing that happened. I'm glad it happened, and it's just gonna get better. I do want to shout out women's athletes right now because we in the Final Four right now. Women basketball is killing it. As I talk to people, and we know this is a sport that is dominated by, formerly dominated by men. Everybody knew male players. They can name them off the top of their head. Right now in college basketball, I bet you, if you talk to anybody who follow college sports, they can tell you 5 women basketball players who are killing it right now. But they might not be able to tell you 5 men. Because right now, I'm not going to lie, I watch sports all the time. I don't really know what's going on in the Final Four for the guys. I don't know who they all-stars is right now. But women's basketball, we got Caitlin Clark, we got Angel Reese, we got Juju, they killing it. What's the point guard from UConn? I can't think of her name, but we got the girl from, I think it's Stanford. But yeah, they killing it. And I just want to give them their kudos. Y'all really doing it. Flaw J from LSU. They really doing their big one. They really putting a presence on women's sports. They really just out here killing it. And, I think this is a great opportunity for all athletes. So high school athletes, if y'all looking to get that NIL deal when you, right now they could be getting NIL deals, to be honest. So parents, athletes, if y'all looking to get that deal, start working on it now. Start working on your branding. Start working on how to handle the pressure. Start working on how to handle the cameras, lights, and action. So yeah, that's what I got to say. I really do think NIL is a great opportunity for college athletes. So yeah. All right, so that's going to be the last question for me today, but I do got some questions for my audience real quick. So if you get the question right, put the answer in the comments, and I'll come in the comments and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong in the comments. So the first question is, what is the average length of a professional athlete's career? A, 5 years, B, 10 years, C, 15 years, D, 20 years. Let me know what you think the answer is, and I'll let y'all know in the comments. Second question is, what percentage of MLB, Major League Baseball players, file for bankruptcy within 2 years of retirement? A, 10%, B, 20%, 30%, D, 40%. Again, I'll let y'all know in the comments. I'll give y'all one more opportunity to guess the answer for this one. What percentage of professional basketball players file bankruptcy within 5 years of retirement? And the last question is did you know? Did you know that the most common reason for athletes going broke is excessive spending? And I'm pretty sure we can see it. Soon as you get the check, you go buy the belt, the shoes, the shirt, the jeans, the chain, the earrings, the car to match. But let me tell y'all something real quick about this question real quick. And I really want to talk to my minorities or my African American people real quick. We are the highest spending culture. We can't keep a dollar in our pocket. We need to learn how to budget a little bit better. Stop trying to look like we got the money. Let's go get the money. And we ain't got to worry about looking like we got the money. So you don't need the Burke bag. You don't need the SRT charger. If you got the bag, you got the bag. You ain't got to prove it to nobody. So that's it. That's a wrap for today's episode of Wealth Over Fame. If you like what you heard, hit the subscribe button down below. And remember, the game is sold, not told. Y'all stay hustling.